Welcome back, guys, to Overture One. We appreciate you guys tuning back in. Today we're going to be going over like who we are. We realized we never really did a video in the beginning of like who we are, what we went through, and everything. We gave some stories and everything thus far, but we're gonna get a little bit more vulnerable and more into that today, so you guys can really know who we are and where we came from. But before we get into all of that today, Overture One is the #1 trading psychology brand that is growing exponentially, guys. So if you guys could do us a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share to your friends, turn your post notification on. Follow me and Jared on Instagram. If we did a good job, share the show, share it to your like-minded individuals, share it to people who really need it. At the end of the day, shove it in their face if they're having a situation in their life and this is what they need. Go ahead and do it. If you believe in who we actually are and the value that we give, share the show, and we really appreciate you guys.
100%. And yeah, like Rob said, the reason why we're doing this video is just to bring more, relatability, you know what I mean? Where it's like you said, we haven't really went over what our process and what our journey really looked like when it came to trading. And it's so funny. I remember before doing business online was the cool thing. I feel like it's way more of a trend now, and especially in 2021 going into 2022. I think this was back in 2018. So I was working at the time. I had stopped going to school. I had gotten my real estate license, and I was doing a 1099 sales job as well on top of that. And I was working, and my sales job, I actually had to be on my feet a lot. I was actually going door to door promoting internet cable product, right? And I was playing, it was during the summer, and I was playing flag football, and I blew out my hamstring running a route. And it's crazy, bro. I had I don't know what grade, I think it was grade 2 tear in my leg.
Oh, can't go to NFL.
Right, literally. Yeah. So I blew out my hamstring, and I couldn't work because my work required me to be on my feet, moving around, doing all this type of stuff. And it forced me to I'm the type of person where it's I can't not be doing something. Yeah. I don't know, I get stir crazy where it's I gotta figure something else out. And I was okay, well, if I'm not gonna be making money doing this, obviously I still had real estate and I could maneuver on crutches and everything, but I was looking for something to pour that time that I had now free into, right? Learning a new skill, whatever the case was. And I literally looked up how do I make money? This is back in 2018. And I was trying to figure out ways to make money online and stuff like that. And I'm looking into forex trading, right? That was one of the first things that I found was videos on what are candles and all the very basic stuff. So I was just watching these YouTube videos. I didn't really pick up a whole bunch from it. I remember taking some notes down in my notebook or whatever, but it's crazy how everything works because I put that intention out there that I wanted to learn that, and I got approached probably, I want to say a couple months after that, by somebody who was an affiliate for a trading company, and they approached me about, hey, look, we have a platform where you can learn how to trade. So it's wild because I set out the intention of, I want to fill this time with something. I was actively looking into day trading, and I was presented an opportunity where I could learn it. So yeah, that was pretty much the very beginning of how I started.
Yeah, that's the beginning. I'll go over my beginning, and we'll share a little bit later on what we do now and how our lives are. My story is basically after high school, I was a car nut. I love cars, 100%. Bank account was always 0 or negative, but my car looked dope. Obviously, I did have insecurities because I put my securities in my car, all my money in my car. So yeah, that was a terrible bank account. And then I wanted to become a mechanic, a technician.
Yeah.
And then I was all right, guess what? I'm gonna go to school for it. I'm more automotive engineering, science. Matter of fact, I thought mechanical engineering was cars, and then I realized I was ooh, this is a lot. I need to do another one. I need automotive engineering, not mechanical, because I knew. Just let's just say that I was not the smartest bean in the world, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I did that for 2 years, and then I worked at Tire Kingdom, doing basically for a year, just getting my feet wet, getting experience. And then after that year, I was able to go to Lexus to be like a technician. And that was like my life. I didn't do trading or none of that. I just like, I wanted to become a mechanic. I was there for 6 months at Lexus, and then I was able to move up to be a flat rate technician. So that means I was being able to get paid more, and I could, I would literally be there all the time, but I would make just more money. So, and I get paid per hour of the job. Like a barber can only make so much money as of how many haircuts they do. It's the same principle as a technician.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. I was like literally, I don't love this word, but I was literally the word grinding. I would eat, sleep, and everything Lexus technician. I would break like 100 hours. I would make quote unquote what I thought was money back then. And then I had like this old man across from me. He was definitely a good guy and everything thus far. I just saw like what 40 years or 30 years could do to somebody like that, and that's not the case for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm a very optimistic, positive person for the most part. But I was like, and I also did look around. I'm just like, okay, what does 20 years look like here? What does 30, 40 years look like? What are driven individuals looking like?
You're like forward thinking.
Yeah, and I was like, not really loving this. And then I started noticing, like, real talk, I started downsizing my goals. My favorite car is Audi R8. And then I started downsizing my goals and be like, well, I could like afford a GTR, because I was setting my goals as opposed to like where I'm at now instead of where I could be.
Right.
And I don't mean to turn this into a lesson, but this literally what's happened in my life, what I could be able to back test it. And it's like, I want to start learning how to trade. And honestly, it was very similar to somewhat Jared's story. Like I texted my best friend at the time and was like, hey bro, I want to learn how to trade. That was the first idea, because I had savings built up. I had about $15,000 or $17,000 built up. And I was like, I want to learn how to invest. And literally my first thing was, I want to learn. It's not like I want to go in the stock market or whatever, like a bunch of people do, and hoping to make a flip or something. I genuinely wanted to learn. And that's what I needed to like have a clear cut foundation. Yeah. Fast forward, I lost all that money afterwards, but that was after the fact. So I hit up my best friend. He's like, oh, my sister's boyfriend does an affiliate for this trading company. And then was it the same one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had the same one. He was in there before me and everything thus far. And yeah, I ended up there, and then it's been a journey like closing in on 3 years right now. So that's pretty much like our up to speed on like how we got in this industry and everything thus far. I'm not gonna go into high school and be like, well, wanted to date this girl, bro. I was a fat freak in high school, bro. Like, ain't no one wanted me, bro. I'll just say that one. But now I'm better looking, so thank you, Jesus. Thank you to Bowflex P90X. So I never took that. But go ahead. Now you run an up-to-date story.
Going into like where we learned, I didn't only learn from one source. I think I was in a part of like 3 or 4 different programs.
Okay.
Throughout the course of, I'm gonna say, probably 2.5 to 3 years, right? So I was in and out of different programs, learning from different mentors. I'm gonna say, I didn't think of the number beforehand, but I'm gonna say roughly, probably, for the sake of numbers, 3 programs, probably at least 15 to 20 different strategies, and likewise, at least a dozen educators, if not 15 to 20 different educators where I tried to learn from, right? Where it's like, that route for me was incredibly confusing and pretty frustrating, because everybody's teaching you something different. You're constantly switching your settings. You're like, oh man, the strategy that I'm applying to my charts is the reason why it's broken. So you're not looking inward at yourself. I was looking outward at, oh, it's this person's fault and what they're teaching me and how they use it. And like, I was in this cycle for like, I'm gonna say honestly, almost 2 years, where it was like, I was blaming the fact that I wasn't getting to where I wanted to go on who I was listening to and what they were telling me.
Yeah, mysticism. Mysticism is defined by finding fault in outside circumstances. You're like, I was literally the same. I mean, the company did have like a bunch of educators and everything, and it's a good company and everything thus far. I learned my methodology from people that have been in the game for a while. But it was a lot of that. It wasn't clear direction, and 100% it was our fault.
Yeah.
Everything was our fault at the end of the day. It's not like, oh, these people were over here, and then my mentor did this, and this person did this. So it's all our fault. It just had to be in God's timing for us to find the correct information and everything goes far. Because me and him have a similar route. Even it happens today still. It's a whole bunch of people they focus so much on the money, not on the skill set.
Yeah.
And if you focus on the skill set, if you treat this, like a college degree, you put in 4 years, man, you're gonna be set. You're gonna be set as long as you're putting in the work and really actively building yourself. Because you could have literally 1 year of experience repeated 20 years over and over, and that's why people don't get to where they want to go.
And I did that for my first, I'm gonna say probably 2 years of trying to learn how to trade. Was I took, you know what I mean? I kept trying to take 1 month of information, and realistically all I learned was 1 month of information, and kept trying to repeat it different ways. Oh, I need to master this. I need to learn this strategy. I need to apply this system, and I kept doing that same thing where it was I had a month of experience, but I thought I had 2 years of experience.
Yeah. So we're So after you started learning and everything, let's just say let's take it about 2 years back, and bring it to current day.
Yeah. So methodology wise, who I learned from actually was not a part of any of the companies that I was in. It was a private mentor. That was towards the end of 2019 where I got plugged in with learning methodology. And the one thing that I'm grateful for is that the people and the environments, the networks that I was a part of were very big on personal development and very big on self-growth. So I became a ferocious audio listener and reader of everything self-development, how to grow my mind, how to expand my mind, how to develop my mental state, my psychology, and all of that. And accelerating into now, what I can say is that yes, I've made tweaks in my plan, in my methodology, and I've came up and I've refined a system along the way. But what really got me to the point where I'm at right now, where found pretty much consistency all throughout last year. 11 out of the 12 months I had winning months within 2021. I'm gonna honestly say it was the fact that I've been ridiculously involved in developing myself since probably the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. That's 90 to 95% of the reason why I got to a point where I found consistency and I was able to get funded, a couple $100,000 through different funding firms, right? Mm-hmm. So, and obviously I have bigger goals, scaling, a couple months from now, my goal is to double, triple what I'm doing right now. But it's the reason why I was even able to make that type of move in my life is because of the principles and the ideas that I've been instilling, which I didn't even know was gonna come to fruition in trading. You know what I mean? I thought that I needed the right strategy, the right signal room, the right educator teaching me, going live and showing me all these things. But in reality, it was a compilation of just years of every single day, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day. I'm gonna set aside this time. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna learn something. I'm gonna try to expand my mind to a point where I'm gonna find success in what I'm doing, and it just happened to be trading.
Thank you for sharing that, brother. And coming over to me, I think like I said, I started the journey very close to 3 years ago. Same thing that Jared, learning from multiple people and everything. And then I would say about a year and a half ago, and then I found just something that really made sense within the company. And I was oh, okay, this makes a lot more sense than Jurassic Park strategy over here, like catch the raw dinosaur. Being real, I was all right, this makes sense. There was a course built out in there, and I was let's roll. I'm learning. Boom, started going. Didn't see results instantly, but I knew that this was different. This was all right, this really kind of does make sense because there was a lot of evidence around, and I was all right, cool. Let me keep following this. Funding firms wasn't a big thing. It was a fact of just keep on going, use your own capital and everything. And I was working at the time. Matter of fact, when I found it, I was not working because I quit my job my pretty good paying job because of like emotion and impulse that I decided to do because I came back from an event and it was not the right thing to do. It was an emotional thing to do. Sometimes it's a good thing. And if you see our emotional intelligence video, I was stuck in the limbic system with the emotion, and I was just there. And like the rational was like, well, you have savings and everything, but like, bro, it's not guaranteed. Obviously, nothing in life is guaranteed. Being a trader, nothing is guaranteed, and nothing. But it just, it was trying to pursue something that I didn't intentionally pursue. But whatever. The case being said, cool. So I started learning that type of methodology. I keep on going. And then I was like, not really seeing so much results. I still believed in the system and everything thus far because it's just the way that you think and just applying your methodology and making sure you have a predefined plan and everything. And there's more factors that we go into.
Right.
But
simplified version.
Yeah, that's just simplified, like you said. Started learning that, and I was like, yo, I gotta go back to work and everything thus far. Man, I sold I cut granite countertops, so I got more appreciation for carrying those heavy mothers up there. I could just say that. Man, I got to see some dope places, some nice places. I had to water, sand, and buff the side of a granite countertop. So when you go into like $1 million home and you see like an island is like the middle of the kitchen with granite and everything, I was like, man, it's a lot of work. I literally quit that job on my lunch break. It was like, no cap. Like I wasn't going back. I would do one a day, or sometimes I would travel, but then they were like, oh, we're so busy, we need to like wet sand and buff the sides. Oh, and we have 5.
Yeah.
I was like, me? Yeah. No, I went in my car and I was like, yeah, I just made a decision. No, bro. I was just like, hey, bro, thank you for the opportunity. I'm quitting. I just took the guy that hired me. I was like, look, I'm not gonna like bail out. Well, actually, I did bail out. I just told him like, it's not like I just disappeared forever. I was like, hey, bro, I'm done. Like this is not it. So I left that, and then I found a job selling cars. Man, like Jared said, sales is a job. Like I was selling cars, and I was there every single day. No freedom whatsoever. I didn't like it personally. Maybe I just didn't like that environment at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I was there 24/7, man. That was actually the year I went to McDonald's. I haven't been to McDonald's since. Like I used to have McGriddles. 100%, bro. If you have McDonald's, it's cool, awesome. If you find this offensive, then it's probably because maybe fits the bill. But real talk, like I was like going to get McGriddles. I was like, wow, this is so tasty, and then I feel like garbage right after. Real, no talk. Didn't feel good. Didn't really do much there in selling cars, and then afterwards I got an opportunity to go back to Lexus with the great that would be, I would say, my work mentor. He really looked out for me, really put his name on the line for me to come back, even with even more pay, with even more guaranteed hours in the weekend. I would still be flat rate, so I was completely grateful to him. God put him in my life and just like, yo, let's roll and let's build. It wasn't an easy journey. I was there for literally, I got in right before COVID started, so I was like sweep and everything. That was hilarious. It was like literally 2 to 3 weeks of bad pay, and then everything else was good. Because like the way that our team was set up is like we were still meant to thrive at the end of the day. And I was completely grateful for that. So I did that, and I was working. Obviously, I was still trading at the time, and I had my laptop up there, and then they would tell the leader, be like, hey, tell them to take it down. And I was like, bro, you're telling them one of the most productive people. I was like, I could I could be on this laptop for an hour or two and then go and work and then literally do more work than most people could do in an hour. Like, I'm sorry, in 2 hours, I could do it in an hour. So I was very crazy. I'm a very crazy individual. Like when I want to get like things done and like that was a physically straining job. So it was a mechanic, mounting tires, oil changes, bam, 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 bam. It was like a lot of things. So I was able to do all those things and build the savings back up, and I was like lit. And obviously the reason I went back to work is because my finances like kind of suffered a little bit because I kind of blew all the money, like 17 out the door. No, like that thing was gone, bro. It was like I think I said before it was like 3 months, something like that. It's like 3 months completely gone. I thought to be a great trader, you just need to have more money. I can tell you that one, shit ain't true. It ain't true. That's when I can tell you. Yeah, so I started working at Lexus again, and then cool, started saving back things up, and then I was doing funding firm challenges and everything thus far, and I kind of failed them. I failed I think about six in a row, but every time I failed them, I learned more and more, and I was like, oh man, and I kept redefining my plan because it's just I took way more trades than intended. I traded way too many pairs, maybe like 5 pairs. 5 pairs was a lot for me personally. I could just say that. I did that. You know, it wasn't like a calm, beautiful work environment. Like, say what you like listening to 532 gigahertz or whatever, or like classical music. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that because I still do that. But like not the beautiful environment here. Hey brother, you suck. And I was like, well, not me, because like I'm a positive individual. If they call me they suck, like it's just karma. Like that they actually suck, to be honest. Like, you know, vice versa, Uno card, bam, reverse, you suck. I actually love that guy. But I'm actually like this, guys. I'm not like fronting for the camera. Like Jared will tell you, like I'm actually a goofball, bro. Like thank God you don't need to be like this Ivy League like 74 degrees. Like yes sir, no sir. Oh man, I'm stupid, bro. Sometimes, but I did all that. And I passed, I believe, the 6th or 7th one. I passed the 7th one, and I was like, lit. This is awesome. I'm doing it right now. I was like, I have this money saved up too. I wasn't stupid again because obviously I learned from my previous experiences. Sometimes they're mistakes, sometimes they're not, because you're meant to learn from them. At the end of the day, you learn from a lot of things. And then I was like, okay. I told my team leader, I was like, okay, I think I'm good here and everything thus far. I think I got this. I passed my funding firm challenge. I was like, let's go. And then I think I went to Dubai with my dad, and we had a great time there. And I came back and I started full-time trading. I started managing an account. I did a monthly withdrawal for $3,000. It was cool, grateful. I passed a $100,000 account. And then, man, that's when I could tell you the season of like it was kind of like a dry season, because I was just consistently breaking even, break even month, negative month. And then I lost, like, I technically didn't lose the account. It was like $10 away, $50 away. And I was like, man, what's going on here? And then I really, no cap, I started like, okay, really adjusting to what's going on here. And I was like, okay, there's something I need to fix. And then I had savings built up and everything, and I just started buying more funding firm challenges. And I was like one at a time, doing it. And I just kept having break-even months. And I was like, yo, what's going on? And I mean, this is not too long ago. I mean, I'll tell you guys real talk. I just kept doing it, and I kept doing it. And then like I realized it was full-time trading is a lot more than part. Full-time can mean a lot of things at the end of the day. I was technically full-time trading when I was at Lexus, and did it, was it the best environment? Not 100%, but I still got results and everything thus far. It's better if you're not, in a crazy work environment like that. But what you got to do is what you got to do, as long as you could bear it, as long as it's not getting to your mind, because you have to be able to focus on charts, be in an objective state of mind. So I did that, and my funds started running, not to the level that I liked it at least my reserves. I had it set. I had money for investing, and I had money for paying all my expenses and everything, and that's very important. I think we talked about that in another video or something this far. So I started running that, and I was like, you know what? I'm recently about to right now I'm about to go back to work as a service advisor and everything, and basically to serve other people and everything thus far. And I'm honestly grateful for it. I'm not really like burdened or anything. I was able to find an organization that has good leadership, has great perks and everything thus far. And I was like, let's roll. It's like, I even told them about all my trading, and then they're like, all right, cool, bro, as long as you do your job. And the great thing is with trading, I know you have similar hours to the same that I trade. I trade from 8 to 11, Tuesday through Friday. So it's like even better. So it's like, I just find 2 setups a week most, and that's all I need. You can make 3% and keep on going and pass some challenges. And I was like, you trust me? There ain't nothing wrong with having a job. If someone has a job and is trading, there's doctors and lawyers who trade. They just want to be able to control their money. And once Jared will tell you, and I will tell you, like once you're built out the skill alongside, like it's kind of like autopilot. Like you know what you're looking for, and you're playing the probabilities. There ain't no way that you're gonna be like, I'm gonna tough it out. Ain't no toughing it out in trading. This trading ain't that field. Trading ain't that field. Have other streams and other things along the sides. So that's where I'm currently at as of right now, and I'm still continuing to pass more and more challenges and get more accounts. So that's my life. I don't have anything to hide, guys. You know, I truly believe what we teach here today, because at the end of the day, these are the same principles. You will see Jared and me in 10 years, and you're like, man, these guys were actually like, I mean, if you didn't believe in us, cool. I don't expect you to. We believe what we believe. You're gonna see where our lives are in 10 to 20 years. It's just about everybody has their own process, and everybody has to do what they got to do.
100%. And in terms of my like where I'm at right now, I didn't really go super deep into it, but just very quick like breeze over like my journey with getting funded and everything. I started my journey in January of 2020. That was my losing month for the year of 2020, or 2021 rather, excuse me, January 2021. February, March, April, in the funding world, they're called break-even months because I didn't hit the goal. You know what I mean? But they were all positive months. One was like 8%, one was like 6. I think February was like 4 or 3 or something. But they were positive months, just not the objective that I needed to hit to actually get the account right. So I had 3 months like that where I was positive, just not 10%. And then going into the summer is when I passed my set of challenges. So I was trading a couple of challenges at the same time. And since towards the end of the summer, I've been live I'll just say the number, I've been live 400,000. Yeah. And my goal right now, I have a whole bunch of other challenges that are being traded on top of my live account. So I've been trading my live account since like around September. And my goal within the next 60 days is to be over 7 figures with where I'm at with trading funding. And it's like, I know I can just breeze through and say that and be like, man, like, wow, this was like a walk in the park or whatever, but it definitely wasn't. It's like I had end of 2018, all of 2019, all of 2020, losing money, blowing accounts, jumping from educator to educator, quit my job. I did the same thing that you did. I quit my job with no money, thought I was gonna get rich trading. I literally told my boss, my supervisor, that because I went to a trading event that was like across the country, and my excuse for not going to work, you know what I told him was like, yo, like I have a family matter that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like something, like an issue with my family. And
yeah, I gotta get rich for my family.
So that they like would empathize with like why I couldn't go to work, and like told them that something was wrong. And then the next day when I was at the event, I literally told my supervisor like, yo, I can't even lie to you. Like there's nothing wrong. Like, and this is what I'm doing. And then I quit at the trading event that I was at.
Man, this is a good guy right here. Because he's like, yo, I'm
gonna
call my cap.
I literally felt guilty, and I was like, yo, I can't even do this, right? But yeah, I mean that right there. I mean, dude, I had crazy months where it was like I was traveling, I was going to these events, I was trying to learn how to trade. I was sleeping in cars, I was sleeping in hotels with 5-10 people, with a 1 bed or 2 beds, like crazy stuff. Like I really had a long period of growth where I was like making some money, losing money, making money, losing money. Poured hundreds of dollars a month, every single month for years into trying to learn this skill. And like what happened in 2021 and what's happening in 2022 is a culmination of years and years and years of sacrifice. So it's like I don't want to say that and sound like, yeah, like this is just like a walk in the park, but it's like if you treat this like college, like a 2-year degree or like a 4-year degree, whatever the case is. Some people have different learning curves, but I'm gonna say either 2 years or 4 years, and then you treat it like I'm willing to sacrifice my tuition and lose money. I'm willing to sacrifice the amount of time that it takes to study all these different courses like what you do in college, but you're studying methodology, you're studying psychology, you're reading self-development, you're doing all these things, investing into different avenues where you can learn how to master your psychology, you know what I'm saying, how to develop a plan, and you take that and you just buckle down and you're like, you know what, if I can go to school my whole life learning English, science, math, whatever the case is, I can go to school and become a day trader who makes 6-7 figures a year right, over the course of the next 2 to 4 years. So,
I mean, it pays out at the end of the day. And what else are you doing other than trading as of right now?
oh, so this is a good point that you're saying too. It's like one of the things that I truly believe is like, and I've had conversations with a lot of the people that we work with, that we mentor through our courses and everything, and something that I truly believe is like, you're being a full-time trader, you're not going to be trading every session that there is.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like, you're not going to be trading at 8 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 o'clock at night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to be doing that, right?
Yeah.
You're going to burn yourself out. So what you're going to do is, odds are you're probably going to pick a session, right? Which is at most is probably going to be 2 to 3 hours that you're actually trading, even if you trade every single day. So it's like, what are you going to do with the rest of your time? So I've always had, since I started taking trading ridiculously serious, I've always had something else that I was working on or working towards. Like in the beginning of 2021, it was still trading, but it wasn't forex, which is what I day trade. I was researching crypto. I was swing trading crypto. Like I had other things that I was putting my effort into. Going into the summer, we started to develop the course, right? So I was putting my energy into something that, like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like we market it, right? People buy the program because the stuff works. And it's like, I was putting my energy into different swing trades. I was putting my energy into building a course. And then in the last quarter of 2021, going into the beginning of the year, myself and my girlfriend, we started the Airbnb business, right? So we do property management for Airbnbs, getting new properties, managing them. And it's like, we've always had something where throughout the rest of the day, we have a focus where it's not just me trading. So that's something else that you guys can take away from this too, where it's like, if you guys are full-time, you're gonna ease your mind as to like, yo, I need to make a certain amount of money a month to maintain like my lifestyle and how I live, by putting your energy and putting your effort, whether it's working, whether it's starting businesses, like whatever type of person that you are, I recommend like taking that and, you know, using whatever talents you feel like you have, like you said, building businesses, working for companies, whatever the case is, and go do it and go make money doing that, because it's going to create less of like an emotional strain on you while you're trading.
When I quit my job too, I didn't I had, you know, when people say time freedom, I had too much time freedom. Like it was like, okay, I'm done trading, so I literally just stay in my house and okay, I already went to the gym and I'm a very disciplined person. I did everything I was gonna do. And I'm just like, I look at a wall and I'm just like, man, I was like, those Instagrammers were cappers. They were like, I'll be on the beach. Well, technically, if I was making a lot more money, I don't even love the beach. I'll tell you that one much right there. But I'm just like, I had money coming in and everything. I'm just like, I need to go do something. And I'm grateful for this guy because like you literally were like, hey, let's start this together. Let's help out other people and everything thus far. And we didn't do it to be like, all right, let's go make money off other people and everything thus far. I mean, we generally want to help you guys. If you want to believe it, believe it. If you don't. Right. Simple. At the end of the day, obviously, you know that we have costs to literally keep our businesses, to keep Overture One business running. This costs us our time and everything thus far, and obviously we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't care about you. At the end of the day, obviously, 100%. Like if I had Lamborghinis and Ferraris and everything thus far, when I do have them, I would still love to do this with you guys. But like if I had that, like, oh, I'm just gonna go do that. Like
that was like the first thing that we said was like, this is not about making money. You know what I mean? It's like at the end of the day, trading and like with me with real estate businesses and whatever, and it's like, dude, like between everything that we're doing, that's gonna be a significant portion of our wealth. Like, I mean, it currently is right now. Like trading makes me more money than, dude, people buying a program.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Airbnb makes me more money than people buying a program.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's at the bottom of like with like making money, like that's where it is. And it's like, if it's at the top, that's great, whatever the case is. If it pops off, millions and millions of people buy it, whatever the case is. But it's like, that's not the intention of it.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily like us selling a course or anything thus far. Ain't nothing wrong with that because we live what we teach about.
But this is the reason why I'm at where I'm at right now.
Yeah, it's
we brain dumped it onto an Excel sheet and filmed 40 videos.
Yeah, and there's a reason me and him talked about it. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
we don't care to teach you strategy. We have a forex basics course for you to learn if you don't know anything, and then we have a trading psychology course. Like, we don't care about strategy or anything thus far. Obviously, we have technicals. There are so many great people out there. So many great. Our mentors are out there. You could go learn from them. Will I tell you? I mean, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I could tell you. I mean, I'm sorry. I learned from Trade House and I Am Master Academy and everything thus far, and I'm grateful for those guys because they taught me about self-sufficiency and everything, and that was their goal the whole time, for everybody to be self-sufficient. So we learned that. Those guys are great. His mentor is great. So there's guys that are doing it at a good level, and they have that. Some of them originated the concepts and everything. Some of them adopted the concepts and they got super good.
Right.
Go learn. We encourage you. Go learn from them and everything thus far. But just know that it's not going to be found in just a trading strategy. It's going to be found in the way that you think. Because I literally told you guys I didn't see any results, literally, and I was trading very similar to how they were. I was taking the same exact trades and I would lose.
Right.
They would be. I would take an L and then they would be 10% up.
Right.
So it shows you everybody has a different trading style.
What's the difference there? Right?
Exactly. It's how you think.
And how they're managing their position. It's everything that's not the technicals.
Exactly.
That's why we don't teach.
So we encourage you go to it doesn't even matter if you are meant to. Yeah.
And find
you go on. You could find that. You could go pay somebody else for a strategy course and everything. Go ahead and you can have success in that. I'm saying, but just remember where the success lies. The success does not lie in mysticism.
Right.
The success lies within yourself. It's within looking within, right?
Yeah.
So
the funny part that you're saying about buying a technical course is all the technical courses out there cost more than the psychology course that we put out, and it's like you're gonna spend more money learning what the 10% is.
Yeah.
Right. So and I'm not knocking these. I'm not dissing whatever these people are doing. Right. I'm just saying it objectively. Like, we have a very reasonably priced thing for what is every single trader attributes to 90% of it.
Yeah. It's not like we made this $900 and it's not affordable. We want to make it affordable because at the end of the day, like I get everybody. Like, I've been in the, I don't want to say mud because I'm grateful. Came from middle class and never really slept on the floors or anything this far.
Yeah.
I did that at one Airbnb. Man, I was grateful to hug my bed when I came back. But look. We value you guys and we care about you guys and we want you guys to learn. And we could be here all night, all day. Well, clearly it's the day. But with that being said, guys, is there anything else that you want to say before we log off?
No, I mean, I hope that you guys just this was not there's some nuggets in here that you guys can go back and listen to, but what we really wanted to do was just be transparent about, hey, look, this is who we are as people. It's a little bit more of a spin-off on what we normally talk about and just coming on here and providing value. So I hope that you guys respect the transparency and at least find some relatability or some maybe, I guess, comfort in knowing the fact of we're not on here just flexing a lifestyle or whatever the case is. We came on here and we're yo, whatever problems you guys are going through, we probably experienced similar ones, right? We've had similar trials and tribulations, if it's not the exact same ones that you guys have. But there's light on the other side, right, of what you're doing, and just commit to the process and dedicate to it. This is not get rich quick. This is building a mindset and a mental framework over the course of years and years and years, and unprogramming how you think right now and reprogramming yourself to who you want to become. So with that being said, I mean, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next week for the next video.